Hey everybody, it is February 1st, 2019. Today I read Psalm 23, and you're like, oh, come on, Amy. Can we do something we haven't covered? Look, I'm just reading where I'm told to read, and I guess he wanted just to kind of remind us. A lot of people, let's read this and then we'll talk about it. It's very short, 6 verses. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Okay, of course we all know this, right? But I want us to just kind of look at a few things. Verse 1, it says, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And then there's a period. It doesn't say that I shall not want for money, or I shall not want for a place to live, or I shall not want for something to drive, or I shall not want for something to eat. It says I shall not want, period. If the Lord is our shepherd, there is nothing that we are going to go without. Nothing that we need that the Lord is not going to give us. Okay? Just remember that. A lot of people look at the rest of this. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul and leads me in paths of righteousness. Prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Anoints my head with oil. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me. A lot of people look at this and they think, okay, as long as the Lord is my shepherd, life should be good. Life should be smooth and easy. That is not what David is saying here. What he's saying is, as long as God is his shepherd, as long as the Lord is his shepherd, he will have what he needs when he needs it. He will have restful rest when he needs it. He will have still waters when he needs it. When his soul needs to be restored, it will be restored. As long as you're following Christ in his word, praying, your paths, he'll lead you in the right paths. Then in verse 4, and I love this. It says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. A lot of people are like, okay, this is for when I'm going through death myself. Not necessarily. Because the shadow of death, when you lose a loved one, it's scary. It's horrible. There's all kinds of uncertainty. The shadow of death doesn't just mean when you yourself are dying. It can be when you're losing someone else. Okay? He says, I will fear no evil. No fear, faith. Having faith in God so much that you don't fear anything that comes up. Why? Because you know he's your shepherd. You know that he's going to give you what you need. You know that he's going to protect you. You know that he's leading you. People, there is no greater comfort than that. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. What is his rod and staff? His word, prayer, communication with him. That's why he says Surely in goodness and mercy shall follow me all of my days of my life. Because if you remember, one of my favorite verses in Psalms talks about how His mercies are new every morning. Okay? Mercy is one of the... don't get me started on mercy. As long as you are following Christ, mercy will be granted to you. And you will see the goodness in everything, in everybody. No, this does not mean that life is going to be smooth and rosy. That's not what this psalm means at all. It just means that no matter what comes along, no matter what you're going through, whether it be the still waters or a storm, if you're going through losing somebody, or you're going through a time of maybe somebody's just been born in your family, whatever it is, if you got enemies coming up against you, it says that you'll be able to, He says, "Y'all prepares a table before me in the presence of mine enemies." You don't have to fear your enemies. They can be all around you, but God's got you, okay? No fear, faith. My prayer for you today is that you remember who your shepherd is. That if you've received Christ as your Savior, the Lord is your shepherd. Make sure that every day you, once again, like Paul talked about, you die to yourself daily. Get up, Lord, I need you today. I need you to lead me, because I don't know what's going to happen today, but you do. Let Him guide you. Let Him be your shepherd. That way He can lead you where you need to go. And when stuff does come up that's not exactly smooth, He'll be there. And you can have that no fear faith that He'll get you what you need and lead you where you need to go. So that's what He gave me this morning. I hope you got something from it. And I hope you have some no fear faith today. Thank you for watching, and I hope I see you tomorrow. Thanks.